head coach Jose Mourinho with us. Are there microphones? Yes, perfect. Okay.
Obviously, Spurs are in great adversity at the moment with the injuries and everything, but the club's motto is "To dare is to do." Is that a philosophy you agree with, or is football not as simple as that?
I read it every day because it's written everywhere in the training grounds, and of course it is. Of course it is, and you know, I think you know, because I am for so many years in football. I think you know more or less, at least my principles. You know more or less my philosophy. You know more or less what I love and what I hate. So yes, I feel connection with to there is to do. Yes, and tomorrow is time to give absolutely everything. Or we win, or we leave everything that we have on that pitch, for sure.
Does that mean throw caution more to the wind than perhaps the style that you're associated with?
Can you explain me?
Take more risks, basically.
Take more risks than perhaps your philosophy has been in the past.
What's that? Take more risks.
Take more risks in daring to go forward, daring to attack.
Take more risks and win nothing, or take more risks
take
and
more
win
risks and
everything?
hopefully win. But is that something that you'll be looking from your team?
But it's good to take risks when you win, not when you lose.
I agree. So I'm saying, are you likely
Take risks to try to win tomorrow, of course.
But you will be taking more. That's what I'm trying to get to. Is that?
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Get more bad injury news. Can you believe it?
Yeah. I can. Yeah.
Tony, can you tell us the prognosis for Steven and, of course, Ben as well?
Ben, 1 week, 2 weeks. Steven, you want to say? I don't expect him to play this season.
Have you ever had luck or bad luck like this as a manager before?
No. No, and especially because we are speaking about, I don't know if it's the correct word, traumatic injuries. You know, only the hurricane injury was not a traumatic injury. It was probably a typical injury of the December period in the Premier League. But all the others, Hugo Lloris, Sissoko, Sonny, Steven now, everything traumatic, and never for a couple of weeks, always. But that's what it is. We are used to it. I would say that we were psychologically more down with the other injuries because they were this one. When you have 3, 4 or 5, to have 6 or 7 is the same. So no problem. We are very confident.
Ian.
Jose, good evening. When you were appointed, you said that your outlook had changed, you were stronger, relaxed and motivated. How are you now, and how would you describe the challenge ahead?
I'm very motivated, I'm very calm, I'm very positive. But as I was saying to one of your colleagues in an interview before I come here, if you want to imagine Leipzig tomorrow without Werner, Schick, Nkunku, Poulsen, Forsberg, I'm pretty sure that the coach wouldn't be laughing as much as I'm now. So the situation, of course, is not an easy situation for us. We feel hurted by the fact that we recovered 11 points in a short period of time. We recovered 11 points to the 4th position in the Premier League, and then we arrive into a situation where we are really, let's say, in trouble. But again, tomorrow is one game. We are losing 1-0 at half time. we were losing 1-0 at half-time 2 days ago. It's something that happened to us a few times during the season. And we have a second half to play. And we go with everything we have. And you can ask me, how can you score 2 goals minimum without Kane, Son, Bergwijn? How can you score 2 goals? There are many ways to score goals. Even a Leipzig player can do the same as Antonio Rudiger did and score for us. So anything is possible in football, and we are very positive.
Go for a question down the front with John.
Jose, you have a phenomenal record in the Champions League. You've achieved incredible one-off results. But if you were able to go through tomorrow night, bearing in mind the circumstances, how would that rank amongst your achievements? And also, just how important is it that you keep this tie alive for the momentum of your season?
You know, the momentum is negative in this moment in terms of results. We lost and we drew to the last 2 matches, and even one of the draws ended in a defeat on penalty. So the momentum is not the best. I just feel that the boys deserve something special. The group is very good. The boys, they give everything. Again, I think in a very honest way, and normally I try to be honest. If we look at our games against Norwich, against Wolves, against Burnley, I think we fought really hard against all the circumstances, and I think the boys, they deserve this kind of happiness that a victory in a knockout Champions League can give. But sometimes in football you don't get what you deserve, and we just have to accept and to move on. But in this moment we are not in conditions to accept anything. In this moment we are in conditions to fight for the tie. And as a defeat at home, we got the best defeat. You know, 1-0 is the best defeat. Is of course better than lose 2-1 or lose 3-2 or lose 4-0. So it's not an awful defeat. It's a defeat that leaves the door open. Of course, I would prefer to be in that position. Of course, I would. But they feel the pressure. I believe that they feel the pressure. They are winning, and they are winning at home. And we are going to have a go. We have nothing to lose.
And on the scale of your achievements, where would it rank?
You know, the achievements that stay for history are the victories. That's always my feeling. Of course, it would be amazing in these circumstances to do it. But, you know, it's like when you lose a final. When you lose a final, you throw the medal away and forget. And never consider less than winning a big achievement. So my biggest achievements in the competition was when I won it.
Okay, pass the microphone back. Give it to this gentleman here.
Mr. Mourinho, you are a serial winner, and of course the special one, with your name being synonymous to trophies everywhere you've been. But same cannot be said of Tottenham Football Club. As a result, would you say this is your most challenging job yet, that is making Tottenham a winning club? And how tough is it for you as a manager, having a depleted team, lacking 2 of your best players, and of course more injuries coming in today, and then challenging for progression against an informed RB Leipzig?
I believe that Tottenham is not going to be my only club without silverware. I won it every club. I believe that I'm going also to do it with Tottenham. I'm here for 3 or 4 months. I get the team in a very difficult situation. Now the situation is even more difficult with so many problems that we are having. But I believe in me, I believe in the players, I believe in the club, and I believe that during my contract I'm going to help the club It's not me winning. It's helping the club and the players to do it. And tomorrow, I think the mental side of it is very, very important, because sometimes you win on quality, you win on options, you win on a phenomenal bench that can help you to turn a match around. In this moment, that's not our case. In this moment, we have a very small group of players giving everything they can for each other. So I think tomorrow, if we can make it, will be more based on the fantastic empathy that we have within our group. And it's easy to have good groups when the situation is amazing. It's more difficult to have good groups when the situation is hard. So I am with the boys. I believe in them, and hopefully I can help them tomorrow.
Okay. Question from Dave here.
Jose, Dele Alli just came in and said that this is not the time for us to get our violins out, to feel sorry for ourselves, basically. How difficult is that for you to motivate group of players when injuries are bad and results are bad? How tough can that be? How do you do that?
Again, I think based on ethic, working ethic, professional ethic, pride, and of course talent, because talent is important. We don't have what I love to call the box sharks. We don't have the players in our team in this moment, the players that they smell blood in the box and they just put the ball in the net. So even when we are dominant, it's difficult to score lots of goals for us. I think defensively we also feel that pressure, and every time we make a mistake, it looks like we are punished. So the boys are not silly boys, and they understand all these fragilities. But our relation is very, very honest. When we analyze our performances and when we analyze opponents, we go also in the direction of our own fragilities. We don't hide our fragilities, we don't hide our problems, and we have to be together, all together, trying to have a fantastic individual performance for everyone that can make our collective performance very, very solid, because Leipzig is a very good team. Honestly, I think they are a very good team. I come to Munich and I saw them, and immediately I had the feeling that was going to be very difficult for us. But again, I repeat, I believe in the boys, and I think we can make it.
Okay, we're going to go here, and then we're going to finish with Matt, Jacob, Dan, and then this gentleman here. Okay?
10 questions.
Cool.
It's too much. Come on, I'm going to give short answers. So.
Perfect. No.
Okay.
Start with another one.
Okay, let's go.
Jose, yeah.
Hey there.
Last season, Tottenham was able to do a miracle in the semi-finals against Ajax, and in a similar way that Tottenham is facing now. For example, 1-0 out at home. So my question is, are you counting with a Lucas Moura miracle in this match?
Without Llorente.
Without Llorente.
So if we want to put the long balls in the box, we can't do it that way. So we have to try to do in another way. I think if we are waiting for the last 15-20 minutes of the game to have a direct approach, to put the ball in the box and to try from second balls and being dominant in the box, I think that's not the way we can do it. We don't hide. Our attacking players are the ones that you know. We don't have others. So that's not the way we can do it. If you ask me if I believe that Lucas can have an impact in the game, yes, I do. Was one of the reasons why I left Lucas and Lo Celso on the bench in the last day, was because I felt they were really, really tired after the 2 hours of football against Norwich, and I felt that to give them a chance, to give them and to give us a chance for tomorrow, I needed to protect them a little bit against Burnley. But even so, I had to play them for 45 minutes. But yes, I think Lucas is in a very good moment of form. I want to thank the Brazilian national coach for not to select him. And yes, Lucas is so important for us, especially with the players that we don't have available.